Welcome to the Deal Insider podcast. Today, I am sitting down with Obi Obadike, CEO of the Ethical Supplements brand. Obi has a stellar background. He's a fitness influencer, media personality, author. I could go on and on. Obi, thanks again for sitting down with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me on the podcast. Thanks, Maj.
Okay, great. So, let's start with the ethical brand. What exactly is it? What's it about? Just share some light on that.
Sure. Ethical Inc. is a natural science-based health and wellness brand. And I decided to create this company with Morris Chestnut after we co-authored a best-selling diet and exercise book called The Cut a couple of years ago, because I've been a spokesmodel for so many different supplement companies for off and on for 10 years. And I used to see these companies that had horrible products. They didn't put any much attention into the quality of creating the products, the manufacturing aspect. There was just a lot of bad ingredients, and it just seemed like when it came to the consumer, it was really all about making money, but it wasn't. The attention wasn't about trying to create quality products. So I said, man, I really want to create my own company because I've seen the mistakes that other supplement brand owners have made. But I want to use the name ethical, and I want to have my products. I want to have a third party independent lab that validates our ingredients to have transparency, because that's the biggest problem with supplement brands. So natural science based transparency ingredients where you actually can see exactly what is in the product by a third party lab. And I feel like the more transparent you are with the consumer, the more that they can trust you. Also, with Ethical Inc., I didn't want it to be just about a supplement company. I wanted it to be based off of educating the consumer. I feel like as a supplement brand, if I can educate you and give you so much content, you're going to try us out. You're going to try our products out. So we create about maybe 25 to 30 health and wellness articles per month on our platform. So yes, it's a supplement brand, but it's also a health and wellness educational platform that people can come and get free content, and hopefully they try our products out and they like it.
So, Obi, back to the ethical brand. Now, in a highly competitive space, I know you shared some of the things that separates you from the competition, but in your opinion, if what's the biggest differentiator, aside from the ingredients and having the lab testing behind it, that why somebody should try your brand of supplements compared to some of your competitors that kind of say the same things in terms of the lab testing and all of those things?
Sure. Well, I think the biggest differentiator between us and everybody else, I feel, is honesty and transparency. But I feel like I feel like it's content. I feel like it's educational content. Yes, there are other supplement brands that might be similar to the quality like ours, but
Mhm.
I feel like what differentiates us is that I believe that we care about the consumer. And the only way you can differentiate yourself from everybody else is the amount of content that you create. So I don't really know of any supplement brand that's going to say, hey, if you don't, that's going to be honest and say, look, you don't really need supplements if you're eating the proper amount of healthy food. So that's being honest. And so I feel like if you're so honest to the point where consumers, I can't believe he's saying this. He's saying in an article that if I eat in a balanced way, I don't need a dietary supplement. Supplement's supposed to assist, not replace. So that's the content aspect. That's the differentiator that I feel we have versus other supplement brands. And it gives us that credibility that the consumer can trust us. And so I feel like if you over deliver on content, you over deliver on information, educational information that people don't have to buy, I feel like that's going to convert more customers and consumers. So I would say that's a differentiator that I think other supplement brands don't do. They're more of a marketing company. They're just about selling products, where we are too. But the content aspect to me is very, very important, which is the differentiator. And because of my credibility as someone who's well known all over the world and has been on every platform that you can think of, I'm kind of the thought leader that helps to drive the education. And I'm actually the guy that basically creates all of the content, one guy who's writing 25 articles a month, which is absolutely insane. But I love to do that because I'm a writer.
Great. Well, why don't you touch on a little bit about your background as well? I mean, you have a very impressive background. All the things that are out there on you. I guess touch on some of the relevant experience that you had that gives you that edge that maybe your competition doesn't have, being in the industry for so many years.
Sure. Well, I've trained celebrities such as Steve Harvey, Stephen A. Smith, Morris Chestnut. I've written fitness articles for most of the top fitness magazines. I've also written articles for huge, high-profile health and wellness platforms like WebMD, Livestrong, ShareCare.com. Most of the major high-profile health and wellness platforms I've been a writer for. And so I've been on magazine covers all over the world. And I've also been a fitness expert guest on most of the national daytime talk shows. I was on CNN a couple months ago, Access Hollywood. I co-authored a best-selling diet and exercise book with a mainstream A-lister actor, Morris Chestnut, several years ago. It sold over 100,000 copies. That gave me the confidence and the validation that we could create a supplement brand. There was a demand to be able to sell 100,000 copies, book in several years. It was a weight loss transformation book. I decided to pair up with Morris Chestnut as a partner of mine because we had so much success together with the book. And so I wanted to use the same story in terms of this mainstream actor and health and wellness guy pairing up together to help the everyday average person get healthy and well with dietary supplements and educational content. I feel it's a great, great pair because of the relationship we've built nationally as these best-selling authors, and we've been on all of these talk shows together. Also, I think what helps too as well, he's got over 7 million social media followers combined. I have under 1 million followers. So when you combine our platforms, it's a lot of people, a lot of warm audiences that we can target ads to. And if you convert, if you're able to convert, 3 to 5% of 8 million people, you can do the math that you have an 8-figure brand. And that's really where we feel our differentiators. We're not really starting from scratch because we already have the following already. We've already validated that there's a demand based off of us selling a best-selling diet and exercise book. So we need the capital to be able to buy more product and to be able to have the marketing dollars to really be able to penetrate the market and be able to target ads to our own fan base, along with other people that may not know us, may not be fans, but may be interested in wanting to try a brand new health and wellness brand that they can trust and know that this company has their best interest in mind and is really wants to give them the education that's needed to help them get in better shape and be healthy and well.
Great. The ethical brand, what's the 3 to 5 year plan, the growth strategy moving forward?
Sure. Well, the 3 to 5 year plan is the following. The plan is to basically, our marketing strategy is going to be Google and Facebook and Instagram ads. And then also the plan is after probably year 2, we want to expand in China. There's a company out in China called the Gentleman Marketing Agency, GMA. And we want to break into that market because China is number 2 behind the United States in terms of the dietary supplement brand. So I feel like year 1, I feel like we have the ability to get, depending on the amount of capital that we close, I feel like we have the ability to really penetrate the market and be able to get, between, $2 to $3 million in sales, depending on how much capital we're able to close. So the marketing platforms that we want to touch on is Facebook, Instagram, Google ads, and really increase the ad budget, every quarter. And then also we want to also do national daytime talk shows where we'll really establish relationships with some of the daytime talk shows that we've been on and be able to use that platform as well to be able to promote the brand as well. So my exit plan is probably around year 7, year 8 is really where I want to sell it. So I want to build up the company up and get it profitable within the first 2 years, and then get it to about $100 million valuation or higher by year 7. And so by year 8, that's really where I would like to sell it to someone that really has an interest in wanting to buy a profitable company.
Great. As an entrepreneur, what are some of the challenges that you faced thus far? And, I guess walk us through in terms of how you navigated through those challenges as well.
Well, I think probably the biggest challenge is knowing you can't be at 50 different places at once. When you're a startup company, you're bootstrapping. You're basically trying to you're answering customer service emails. You're handling a lot of fires that maybe you wouldn't be doing if you were able to close enough capital to really hire and outsource. So I think the challenge is really trying to do so many things at once. And what I have found is that I've been able to learn a lot through this experience, as far as just in terms of this the normal navigation of an entrepreneur when you're trying to start a brand new company. So fortunately for me, I have friends that are in the supplement industry that I've been able to confide in if I don't know something. But I think the biggest thing as a startup company is really playing 10 different roles all at once. And that is not easy, but I've been able to navigate that, that's the best way to save money, is to be able to do as many different positions at one time. So you're saving cost, and you're not having to, hire an independent contractor, 3 or 4 different positions, when you can kind of do it yourself until you're able to close the appropriate amount of capital that allows you to really scale the company the right way.
Mhm. Now, I know that Ethical is currently seeking some growth capital at the moment. I guess paint me a picture of what the ideal investor looks like for the Ethical brand to help,
I
with.
think the ideal investor is someone that has a huge interest in health and wellness, and they want to invest in a company that really wants to help the world, that really wants to help people get healthy, that is trying to reduce the obesity rate in this country, and is trying to get people healthier. So it would be someone who has a genuine interest in investing in a company where their mission is to help as many people as possible. I remember Shaquille O'Neal said that he got advice from Jeff Bezos, and the advice was that the way that you make a decision on how to invest in things is to invest in companies where their main purpose is to help people, is to change lives. And he said as soon as he started doing that, his net worth quadrupled. So those are the type of people that we're looking for as investors, that really want to invest in a company that has a genuine interest in wanting to change lives, which is what we're doing. We know that changing lives is not just selling supplements.
Mhm.
It's creating content. It's helping people. It's giving people advice on how to be healthier. And our content touches everything from diet, nutrition, to health, to exercise. So it's not just dietary supplements, because that's not really what I wanted my company to be about. I really wanted to be more of a health and wellness company, as
Mhm.
opposed to just a supplement company.
Where can you find the Ethical supplements currently?
Sure. Well, you can go to ethicalinc.com. We had a national retail outlet deal with Best Buy, and they started a new dietary supplement brand, and it was more of a test to see if it would have any success on bestbuy.com. So we were associated with Best Buy, but they recently just end up taking down the dietary supplement category, just because it just didn't take off the way they felt it would. But in that test, they brought in about like 10 different supplement brands. Most of the supplement brands were Golo and Optimum Nutrition. They were big supplement brands, and we were one of the few. We were the only startup brand that actually got into this category. So although they ended up making a decision literally about 2 weeks ago to
Mhm.
end the dietary supplement brand space, just the fact that a small startup brand called Ethical Inc. was validated by Best Buy, a national retail outlet, to get into that category, I think says a lot about our potential. So yeah, go to ethicalinc.com. That's the website. You can check out our website and see all the content, videos, and our products.
Obi, thanks again for your time. Ethical Inc.
Thank you.